Hello gamers and welcome to a very special little playthrough. This will be a very raw upload. I might just cut this intro into a nice neat thing, but yeah, this will be, you probably already noticed, this is probably like a 2-hour video. Maybe not that long, but close to 2 hours at this point. Almost 2 years ago on stream I played Mahotsuka no Yoru, or A Witch on the Holy Night, another one of Type Moon's acclaimed visual novels. It was great. I loved it. And now I'm finally getting around to playing the Tsukihime remake. Now, I've never played any Tsukihime before. I tried the original many years ago, but the resolution was so bad. The art looks like shit, excuse my language, and literally zero voice acting. It's a deal breaker for me. I could never do it. Sure, the writing may have been good. I'm not saying that, but I just couldn't do it. It just was so much lacking in everything else. I'm sorry to all the purists out there. I tried. But now, I'm finally getting around to playing the remake. Now, as far as I know, the remake is not fully complete, but it should have a bunch of content for me to read through anyway. And I was thinking, this time, unlike the Mahoyoru one, I'm gonna upload this to the main channel, because some people can't watch my streams live, and they might wanna see me go through this. Now, again, this will be quote-unquote very boring, because it's literally me streaming a let's play of a visual novel. So if that's not something you're interested in, don't worry. I'm still going to keep uploading all the normal videos that are, you know, nicely edited and just packed full of content. Like next week, we'll have the new JP event and whatnot. For the people that actually do want to see this, I think I will upload this playthrough. So I'm going to make a new playlist for this. It's going to be very raw. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I only know a few things about Tsukihime, so mostly it's going to be very blind. And I'm excited. Now, I have to play this on Switch because it's not on PC. Now, the reason I'm on my Switch main menu here is because after downloading the game, I noticed when you boot it up, it immediately starts playing like a cutscene with like dialogue and whatnot. So I was like, maybe I should just wait until I do this on stream. So I just closed the game. So that's why we're going to start from here. In future sessions, we're probably going to start from whatever the main menu equivalent for the game is. My chat's here with me. Again, this will be raw after this intro. So I will pause here and there if that triggers you. I'm sorry. I'm still a streamer. I will pause. I will talk about random things that come to my mind. I will answer chat's questions. I will reply to chat. I will thank subs. This is still a stream thingy, but I'm still going to upload this as a let's play anyway. So hopefully you don't get too triggered. Also, if you've never seen me play a visual novel, I'm going to let all the voice lines play out. So again, if that triggers you, I'm sorry. And for anything that's not voiced, I will voice myself. I'm not going to like voice act necessarily, but I will read through everything that is not voiced, okay? All right, let's get started. I'm sorry for the delayed intro. Let's go. Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass boon. Let's get started. Hopefully the audio is good. I have no idea. Just let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever, and we can try and adjust. It's kind of hard to adjust Switch's volume, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. Here we go, chat. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, this is the thing that started playing and I closed the game at this point. Right. Also, this is auto playing. I'm pretty sure I'm not controlling this. Mm-hmm.
部屋の隅にはどろりとこびりついたような古い影。死に絶えた音の中で過去を忍ぶ。見ていた夢は
The house looks so much like Shiro's like house.
例えば
Classic Japanese household.
もし
Oh,
空が曇っていたのなら
that's a different voice.
もし気づくの
And
が
it's
少し
blue
早ければ
now.
もし彼が衰えていなければ
Interesting.
もし私が生まれていなかったらそれともし
That's a lot of questions and ifs.
あなたが目覚めなければ
It's very bright. Oh, we're back.
夜はますます沈んでいく。きっともう家の中には誰もいない。一人きりは怖いから。
Oh, there's no subs for this. Oh.
一人きりで庭に出
It's
た。
cool though. Those nature sounds though. The wind.
と吐く息が白くなっていく。庭はとても指先が痛くなるぐらい寒かった。凍る星、深い闇、さめざめと世界を照らす冷たい光。
Oh, and if you're wondering, when I look to the right, don't worry, I still see the text. I'm just looking at chat, but at the same on my second screen I have my OBS as well, which also has the game visible. So if I'm looking this way, I can still read the visual novel text. Like this is my main screen, this is my second screen, but in both I can still read it. So don't worry, I'm not gonna miss stuff. Oh, Koyama is still the art director, huh? But I assume it's still gonna... Yeah. So, it said it right there. That, we're still gonna have the usual character designs. But it's just direction is done by Koyama. Like Takeuchi still does the characters themselves. This is spoopy, man. Should have played this on Halloween. You've seen Tsukihime lag on people's switches? Wait, the switch is that bad that it can lag a visual novel? Well, it is what it is. We'll see, I guess. Again, I would have played it on PC if I could, but at least we can play it on some platform that I have. Because I don't have a PlayStation. I only have a Switch. I don't even have a Switch 2, I just have the OG Switch. Whoa. Oh, so this is a long intro, I can't help but notice. But that's kinda cool, though. Ooh, the gory sounds. Okay. Footsteps. Row.
みんなをそうしたように僕もバラバラにしたいみたい。よくわからない。
This is not on Steam, sadly, no. It's only on consoles officially, like the PlayStation and Switch.
けれど、いよいよという時に誰かが僕の前にやってきて。僕は子供だからよくわからない。びしゃりと温かいものが顔にかかる。
Oh no, mommy!
赤い。
Oh no.
トマトみたいに。
Well, this is sad immediately.
本当によくわからないけれど、ただ寒くて僕は泣いてしまいそうだった。
Starting with classic tragedy.
森は黒くて見たくない。地面は赤くて見たくない。だから空を見上げることにした。
It's the moon. The Tsuki of the
目に
Hime.
暖かい黄色が混ざってくる。
Cosmos did the Lost Belt. I had to do it, I'm sorry.
だけど全然気にならない。夜空にはただ一人きりの月がある。見知らぬ人は今度こそ僕をバラバラにしようとやってくる。なのに僕はぼんやりといつまでも青い影を見上げている。すごく不思議。どうして今まで気がつかなかったんだろう。ああ。
So bright. Flashbang. Ah! Oh, back to red. Oof.
何も。
Look how red I look with this screen.
世界がだんだん消えていく。その中でずっと綺麗に輝いてる。
Wow. Piano is back. Oh, it's the main theme, I think.
ああ、気がつかなかった。今夜はこんなにも月が綺麗。
Classic line. The moon is beautiful. I assume yeah, I was about to say, we're probably gonna get to the main menu now, because I think this is the main theme of the visual novel. Wow, there it is! We made it, boys! Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. Main menu is here. That was a cool intro. Very vague, of course. But yeah, stuff was definitely happening. And probably expanded upon later, as always. So there you go. This will conclude part 1 of this. I'm joking. We're just getting started, okay? But that would be funny. How well versed are you with Myst, guys? I want to say elementary. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Alright, let's press the button. It's gonna be weird because I'm playing this with a controller, of course, because it's on Switch. Normally, I just tap my keyboard when I play visual novels, but I mean, it should be fine. I can probably just actually place the controller down as well. I don't even have to hold it up. Disclaimers. Yep. There you go. Enjoy your disclaimers. Just autoplay. I can, because sometimes I have to pause to talk to chat and whatnot. So then I would have to keep toggling it. And also I want to read with my own pace as well. Like the parts that I'm going to read out loud. Well, here we go. It's Nasu time. I wake up to find myself in a hospital bed. There are curtains that gently sway. A chilly breeze enters through an open window. I instinctively squint at the harsh color of the room. Where am I? What day is it? What happened to me? I can't seem to think straight. Ooh. I tried to push myself up, but a sharp pain courses through my body. My breath catches in my throat, and I start gasping for air like a fish. Is this what they mean by seeing stars? The moment I place my hand against the hard bed, pain erupts from the inside out again. Still lying down, I take a deep breath and look over my body. Both my hands are covered in bandages. My left leg's also set in a plaster cast. I feel a tightness around my head, so it must be wrapped too. A large thick adhesive strip is stuck to my chest, like it's hiding something bad. My left arm has a tube poked into it. Some part of me understands that it's an IV. I guess I must have seen all this while I was drifting in and out of sleep. The other room, dimly lit and reeking of medicine and chemicals, the array of tubes poking out from under the bandage on my chest. The scary man in the suit who came to see me. My little sister, getting scolded by the man when she came to visit. And the doctor, as giddy as a child. I remember all of it like it was a dream. Oh yeah, how's the audio? Is it loud? Is it quiet? Is it okay? Like how are we feeling with the audio? Like also my volume compared to the game and whatnot? Fine, okay. I'm not even sure if I can adjust the volume easy. I would probably have to adjust it from my OBS itself, but I'll do it if needed. Because the Switch has like not the greatest audio options. Console stuff. You got a Skyrim scene. I hear the voice of an unfamiliar woman. I don't have the strength to answer her. Since then, she then bursts out of the room, frantically calling out for the doctor. Pitter-patter go her steps. She really shouldn't be running in a hospital, even if it is to get me help. Unable to lift my body, I turn my head and look up at the window. I feel a sharp pain in each of my eyes. As if a jagged knife were poking and prodding around inside my brain. He's getting a lobotomy, dude. The sky outside is so blue it looks unreal. I find my eyes flinching not from the white, hot glare of the sun, but from the spotless stretch of blue. You'd say this game has master volume? It probably does, yeah. I'm not sure if it has individual stuff. Ooh, the CG though. Days pass. Since waking up, I still haven't been able to move from the bed. My only view of the outside world is the same faraway sky as before. Gently the curtains flap. A dry wind touches my cheek. The stainless swath of blue leaves my eyes feeling woozy. Where am I? What day is it? Why am I in a hospital? Gradually the answers come to me. Except for one. I keep looking out the window. A thought just out of reach. Something important. A tearful promise. I can't remember.
はじめまして、東野四季君。回復はおめでとう。
Must be the doctor or something. Also, there's a name for ya. Is ya boy probably off the game? As far as I know his name at least. Don't know much about him, but I do know many of the character names. Words from a man I've only just met. He offers me a handshake. With his gentle smile and soft-spoken voice, he seems like a kind man. Though I get the feeling he's someone who could wipe the smile off his face at the flip of a switch. Nintendo Switch, get it? The clean white coat he wears fits him perfectly.
四季君、先生の言っていることがわかるかい？
いえ。僕はどうして病院にいるんですか？
Good morning, Arakia.
覚えていないんだね。君は道を歩いているとき、自動車の交通事故に巻き込まれたんだ。
His isekai moment was it failed, dude. Damn. Well, that's unfortunate. This is the bad ending of an isekai anime.
胸にガラスの破片が刺さってね、とても助かるような傷じゃなかったんだよ。
Damn, he got glass on him after the impact as well. Sheesh. The man draped in white smiles as he utters something a doctor probably shouldn't say. It's a miracle that you're alive. Whoa, hello. Interesting. The queasy feeling I was holding back threatens to spill out after I hear those words.
眠いです。眠っていいですか？
ああ、そうしなさい。今は無理をせず、体を休ませてあげないとね。
The doctor continues smiling. Honestly, it makes me feel uneasy.
先生、一つ聞いていいですか？
何かな、四季君。
どうして体中に落書きをしているんですか？
So again, there are gonna be some moments where I'm gonna be thinking out loud. But yeah, you don't necessarily answer my questions because they're probably gonna be spoilers anyway. But I'm gonna be thinking aloud here. So, but I assume this is like the same as the other Shiki we know from Nasuverse, Ryogi Shiki from Kara no Kyokai. So is this again? These are rhetorical questions. I'm thinking out loud. Could this be like Mystic Eyes of Depth Perception as well? Because it seems very similar to what Shiki can do. Ryogi, that is. So I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Could be something else. But yeah, interesting. For a brief second, the smile vanishes from the doctor's face. Then he rises out of his seat, smile reapplied. His shoes clack against the floor as he disappears behind the curtain.
やはり脳に異常があるようだ。
Maybe he's a fellow migraine enjoyer.
脳外科の芦谷先生に連絡を。それと、視神経にも損傷の疑いがあるな。午後は眼科検査に回すように。
The doctor whispers to his nurse, his voice cold and harsh, starkly different from before.
変なの。みんな体に落書きしてる。
Yep. The frenzied lines cling to every surface of the hospital. I don't know why, but just seeing them is enough to make me feel sick.
なんだろう、これ。
There are even scribbles on my bed. I touch one of them with my finger. Schwip. The finger slides in. Whoa. If I had something thinner, I bet it could go even further. I grab a plastic knife off a nearby tray and trace one of the scribbles with it. With no effort at all, the knife sinks down to the handle. Enjoying myself, I glide the knife along the lines in the bed. With a heavy sound, the bed falls neatly into two pieces. Well, that was not very smart, bud. You did it. I turn to the voice behind me. The shriek belongs to a nurse standing at the door, her face stiff with shock. That would be a sight to see, yeah.
どうやってベッドを壊したんだね、四季君。
Oh wow, they even show the broken bed. Damn, those are some clean cuts. I noticed the doctor hasn't asked me why I broke it, but how.
その線をなぞったら切れたんだよ。ねえ、どうしてこの病院はひびだらけなの？
Imagine if you were the doctor in this case. What would your reaction be? That would be crazy.
いい加減にしないか、四季君。 そんな線なんてないんだ。それでどうやってベッドを壊したんだい？
だから線をなぞっただけなんだ。
わかった。この話はまた明日に
He
しよ
should he should show him. There seems to be more lines. Just let him cut some more stuff. I want to see the doctor's reaction. The doctor lets out a sigh. He stopped smiling as soon as I mentioned the scribbles. I guess his switch is broken. Haha, he can't play the game. Get it? This hospital's full of broken things. In the end, no one believed me. No matter what it is, I can cut it cleanly by slicing the lines with a knife. I don't even need to put any muscle into it. It's easy, like cutting paper with a pair of scissors. The bed, the chair, the desk, the walls, and even the floor, none of them are any different. And I've never tried it, but I'm positive it would be the same for people, too. No one else can see the scribbles. Only I can. I think it's because everything is falling apart, and these are the seams holding them together. Just like my chest. It still hasn't fully healed after the operation, so they've stitched me up where it would otherwise fall apart. That's gotta be it. I mean, how else could a kid like me cut up a whole wall? Oh. There goes the room, I guess. The nurse screams again. Seeing the holes in the wall, she glares in my direction. Her shriek goes on and on. Luckily, something is up with my ears, so it doesn't sound all that loud to me. The drawn-out noise fills me with dread, like the sound of a burning cicada. Everything is in tatters. The idea of opening my eyes, of living at all, is enough to make me want to disappear. All this time, I never knew about the stitches holding the world together, and how easily they can break. No one else sees them. That's why they can go on living just fine. They don't know about the cracks all around us. They don't know how damaged their lives are. But I see it all. It chills me to the bone, holding me in place. Since it happened, everything sounds muffled, like my ears have been stuffed. Only the gash in my chest screams like a siren. But what happened, and when? No matter how hard I try, I can't remember, and scratching my head over it doesn't help either. My brain must have gotten rid of that information to make space for something more important, but the questions still leak out like water from a tap. Oh, I think I get it. The pieces all fit. That's why there's no mirror in here. If there was, the very first thing I would do is blanket. I'd be laughing while it lay there shattered, which means they're not the ones in danger of breaking. It's me who's broken. Now it all makes sense. Why 2 weeks have passed, and no one believes me. Why 2 weeks have passed, and no one's come to see me. Why 2 weeks have passed, and I'm the only one living in this stitched together world. Damn, he's going schizo, bro. Can't blame him after doing that stuff, though. I don't want to be in this hospital anymore. I don't want to be surrounded by these scribbles. I have to get somewhere far away, where there won't be any people around. I'm not the weird one. It's this place that's weird, is what I tell myself as I make a run for it. Ooh. It's actually bolting it. But the wound in my chest stops me from getting too far. I think I semi-remember this part, because again, I did try the original like many years ago. I barely made it any far, but I think I remember this part. So let's see.
In Fate Strange Fate,
Ayo.
there is a fake Holy Grail war with 6 servants and a true one with 7 servants, meaning 67, 67, 67, 67, 67.
Nah. Anyway, Axel, thank you for the 61 months. And welcome back to the Go Gang. Why did you have to ruin it, though? But the wound in my chest stops me from getting too far. By the time I realize it, I've ended up in the field next to the hospital. I didn't get very far at all. Oh. My chest is burning. I squat to the ground miserably, battling a bout of coughs. I can't stay here, but I can't go anywhere else either. There's nowhere to go for someone who can see all of the stitching. Another wave of coughs hits me. No one's around. A sea of grass at the end of the summer. It wouldn't be the worst place to disappear. The thought is suddenly interrupted.
君、そんなところでしゃがんでると危ないわよ。
I think I remember this, yeah. The voice of a woman cuts through to my ears, clear as crystal. Am I gonna see a red-haired girl? Ooh, graphic though.
絵じゃ
Aha!
ないでしょ
Yeah, this I do remember. I think I didn't read much after this though. I do remember this part though, from the original. And that's about it.
ただでさえちっこいんだから、草むらでうずくまって
So this
見
is
え
a
ないの
thing,
よ
huh?
ね。気をつけなさい。危うく
It,
蹴り飛ばさ
it
れる
is
ところだった
Aoko,
んだ
right?
から
Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So this takes place after Mahoyo, right? Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Is your girl? Hello, hello. Wow. Yeah, they had this similar graphic in the original too, but man, it looks so HD now. Wow, look at that. Small Todoshiki with his hospital gown. It really is like the "Are you my master" shot, you know, the classic sideways thingy. Classic. The woman scolds away, her finger pointing at me grumpily. I feel anger creep up inside me. I'm not that small. I'm only the 4th shortest in my class. Oh yeah, the music though.
蹴り飛ばされるって誰に？
バカね。そんなの、ここにいるのは私と君だけなんだから。私以外に誰がいるっていうの？
It is still the same VA, right? I'm pretty sure it is, so it's cool to hear her again. Even though it hasn't been that long since I ultimately finished Mahoyoru. It's Komatsu, right? The woman sure looks proud of herself, crossing her arms like that.
こ
You
こ
need
で
to
会った
read
の
Mahoyoru
何
to know
か
why
の縁
she's
だ
here.
し。
I have read Mahoyoru and I have no
少し話し合いに
idea
なったけど。
why she is here, so I would assume no.
私は青崎青子
I mean,
って言うんだけど。
it's just the same universe stuff, right? Besides that, I don't... unless they explain more about this later, Mahoyoru does not explain this. It's the only thing that's clear to me is that this has to take place after Mahoyoru, right? Besides that, there's probably some kind of big time skips or whatever, and then we're just here now, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, apparently there might be more Mahoyoru eventually, like a second visual novel, but again, as someone who has read the VN, it does not explain why this is now happening, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. You can probably just read this as is without reading Mahoyoru as well. I highly recommend reading it though, it's a great VN, but yeah, this should still be fine on its own too. But there it is, Aozaki Aoko, welcome back. Maybe it's fate, she says. Good choice of words. Okay. She speaks casually, like one friend to another, and offers out her hand. Seeing no reason to refuse, I introduce myself as Tono Shiki and accept her offered hand, like I'm being pulled in magnetically. Oh wow, another graphic. Damn, they're going all out from the beginning. That's a lot of CGs. Just from like the prologue or whatever this is. Talking to her is fun. She doesn't shoot down anything I say just because I'm a kid. She treats me like a person, listening to my every word. I guess they probably had like a lot of FGO money to help with the remake of Tsukihime, right? And all those Type Moon elitists always say FGO bad, not give us Nasu bad. Come on, and at least now you're getting more quality looking remakes. It's a good trade deal, okay? Let's be real. I tell her all about myself. I tell her all about home, about my long family lineage, how my dad is tough on etiquette and stern all the time. How I have a little sister, Akiha, who is really quiet and follows me everywhere. How I always play with her and our friends in the garden, which is as big as a forest since we have a huge mansion. Now the attic is our secret spot. How I'm bad at word games. How everyone says I'm going to grow taller. Yeah, Mahoyoru was written afterwards, right? Because like this is basically the first actual big Type Moon work, right? So I guess they wanted to expand on Aoko and whatnot, and the whole universe as a whole. How I used to like the smell of hospitals, but now I don't. How I love the sky when it's clear and blue, but looking at it makes me want to cry. How I'm glad to be alive. How I don't even hate the doctor with the pretend smile. Not exactly first. Yeah, like close enough. I surprise myself. I keep yapping away feverishly.
おっと、もうこんな時間。
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Mahoyoru was like, it was written originally like as the first thing, but it didn't get like a proper VN until much later. But I guess the story was kind of already written by Nasu and stuff. That's what it was, yeah. So I guess that's why this also makes sense that she would already be here. Not just as a random character and who got more later, but someone who kind of already was established in story that wasn't really publicly available at the time.
悪いわね、シキ。
Or was it available in
ちょっと
some
用事があ
way?
るから
Maybe there were
お
like
話はここまでに
novels
し
or
ましょう。
something. I'm guessing no, not really. And the first time people got to read it was probably the VN. But again, I'm not an expert. The woman starts to leave. The thought of being alone again fills me with sadness.
じゃあまた明日。ここで待ってるからね。
Whoa.
君もちゃんと病室に帰って、きちんと医者の言いつけを守るんだぞ。
She says it so naturally, as if the idea that we weren't gonna meet again tomorrow hadn't even crossed her mind, and leaves.
また。
Oh yeah, it was her company. I remember that story now, yeah. Disqualified. I mean, honestly, it's not even like their fault, like, oh, you missed out on it. Like, sure, it was gonna be a great story and probably was gonna do well, but, you know, it's just like they had the rules and he went over the limits, so they probably never even read it too much. But I mean, it still got its spotlight later anyway. We'll get to talk again tomorrow, just like we did today. I'm so happy. It's the first time I've felt something so strongly since waking up from the accident. Such a peaceful OST, this track. Going to the grassy field in the afternoon has become a regular thing. The lady would get angry whenever I call her Aoko. She seems to hate her own name. Unsure what to call her at first, I eventually settled on Master. That's kind of funny as well. Good term choice there. Master always listens to whatever I have to say and solves each and every one of my problems. Since the accident, I've hated talking to people, but thanks to her, I'm slowly becoming my old self again. Also, this is Aoko drawn by Takeuchi, right? It's interesting. I mean, it still looks good, but it's kind of weird seeing it after, you know, seeing Koyama's design of her so much, whether it's FGO or just Mahoyoru in general, right? But, I mean, she still looks nice, though. So it's not like I hate it. Some people, they don't necessarily like Takeuchi's art. I get it. It's a very samey art style. But I like Takeuchi's stuff. I don't mind it. Is it my favorite art style or is he the favorite artist of all time for me? Definitely not. But do I still think it's fine and totally good? Yeah. Like, I don't really have problems. For the most part. Sometimes it's a bit too samey, but overall, I'm totally okay with Takeuchi. Being here on the grassy field is the only time my worries slip away and I feel like the old me. I don't know who she really is, but I get the sense she could actually be a real teacher at some school. Not that it's any of my business. Being around her is fun. That's all that matters.
ねえ先生、僕こんなことができるよ。
I want to surprise her. I pull out a knife I took from the hospital and I cut the tree standing in the field. Oh, I wonder what her reaction is gonna be. Not the tree. Tracing the lines I slice from the center of the tree to the bark.
すごいでしょ。落書きが見えてるところならどこだって簡単に切れるんだよ。こんなの他の誰にもできないよね。
Surely. She probably knows what this is about. She's speechless. I get into a groove and decide to sink my knife into a horizontal line across the base of the tree. Ooh. Ooh. She rushes towards me and I feel the palm of her hand slap my cheek.
先生
Don't go cutting random ass trees, boy.
やめなさい。君は今とても軽率なことをしたわ。
She stares at me seriously. It's an unforgiving look, the determined gaze of someone about to punish an evildoer. How could I be so stupid? I was having so much fun. I completely forgot. These scribbles shouldn't exist, which means someone like me who could see them shouldn't exist either. A feeling of regret seeps into my chest like blood. I wish I could crawl up into a ball and die. That tree was the last reminder that this field was once a forest. And desperate to show off, I went and destroyed it. For no real reason at all. SMH.
なさい。
I feel tears trickle down my face. I know boys shouldn't cry, but I can't help it.
四季
Do I remember how she got me the guys in Genge? It's been so long. I don't really remember now. Should rewatch the movies at some point. I hear my name called softly. Suddenly, even with the knife still in my hand, she hugs me tight. Another
謝る
CG,
必
by the
要は
way.
ないわ。
Holy moly.
まあ確かに四季は怒られるようなことをしたけど、それは決してあなただけが悪いってわけじゃないんだから。
Hmm.
悪いのは僕だけじゃない。
Yeah, we're finally starting Loremia.
ええ。でもね、四季。それとは別のところで、今誰かが君を叱っておかないと取り返しのつか
Can't
ない
think of anything but FGO's MC when you see Shiki. Yeah, there's a lot of similarity between Tono and Fujimaru male version. True.
だから私はあなたを一人の人間として見た。同じ立場の人間として意見して、怒って本気で叩いた。力加減を間違えていたら、私も四季を殺していたかもってくらい
Whoa.
本気で。
True though. Her words truly frighten me. It isn't what I'm afraid of. It isn't that I'm afraid of her killing me, but that I had pushed her into almost doing so. The thought of it makes my heart sink.
泣かないで、四季。私も謝らないから。あなたはそれだけのことをしたんだって覚えていてほしいから。その代わり、四季は私のことを嫌ってもいいわ。先生のこと嫌いじゃないよ。そう。本当によかった。私が君に出会ったのはこのためだった。
Fate again. And just like that, as if to melt away my feeling of regret, she quietly asked me about the scribbles I keep seeing. When I start telling her about the lines, I feel her hug me tighter.
四季、君が見ているものは現実のものよ。決して見えてはいけないものだとしても、他の人間にとってはありえないことだとしても、その線は幻じゃない。あなただけにある現実。
True.
そっか。じゃあやっぱりおかしいのは僕だけなんだね。ええ、あなたはおかしい。そこはごまかしようがない。
I fight back the tears. What she said stings 1,000 times more than when the doctor doubted me. But it's not like I didn't see this coming. From the very start, from the moment I woke up, I've known the truth. I shouldn't even be alive.
謝らないで。その異常はおかしいだけで説明がつかないものじゃない。道理が通っているものなら人間は何にだって向かっていける。これ私の経験則ね。どんなに馬鹿げたデタラメがやってきても知恵と勇気で乗りこなすのが私たち人間よ。
My first lesson, she calls it, with a hint of embarrassment. Having a strange condition isn't a problem itself. The problem is how I choose to deal with it.
じゃあこの落書きも説明できる？もちろん。ものにはね、壊れやすい箇所という
There's still,
もの
what's
があ
that
る。
one called? Spicy? Lost Einjurhar? The Nordic one? Fate Lost Einjurhar? I think something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
いつか壊れる私たちは壊れるがゆえに完全じゃない。君の目はそういったものの末路。言い換えれば未来を見てしまっているんでしょう。未来を見てるの？
Also, there's also Red Line. Even though it's by a lot of similar stuff, but still it's a different work anyway, right?
そうよ。今はそれ以上は知らなくていい。もし君がそういう流れに沿ってしまう時が来るなら、必然としてそれなりの理屈を知ることになるでしょう。先生、何のことだかよくわからない。
It's retelling of Gura
分か
Gura.
っちゃダメ。
I guess they wouldn't do that
今
then,
大
yeah?
事なのは一つだけ。その線は決していたずらに切ってはいけない。君の目は物の命を軽くしすぎてしまうから。
Contradiction, dilemma, whatever you want to call it.
先生が言うならしない。それになんだか胸が痛いんだ。ごめんね先生。
As long as
も
Hug
う
you've
二度とあん
seen.
なことはし
Yeah,
ないから。
welcome to visual novels.
よかった。シキ、今の気持ちを絶対に忘れないで。そうしていれば君は必ず幸せになれるんだから。
She uncoils her arms, freeing me from her embrace. The sensation, cold and yet warm, fades away.
でも先生、この落書きが見えてると不安なんだ。だってこの線を引けば切れちゃうんでしょ。なら僕の周りはいつバラバラになってもおかしくないじゃないか。その問題は私が何とかするわ。どうやらそれが私がここに来た理由のようだし。
She heaves a long sigh and then smiles at me.
シキ、明日君にとっておきのプレゼントを。
Whoa.
私が君を以前の生活に戻してあげる。
Whoa. Crazy. The next day, on the 7th day since I first met Master, she comes to the field hauling a huge trunk with one hand.
はい、これをかけていればもう妙な落書きは見えなくなるはず。
Oh, is it glasses time? She hands me an ordinary pair of glasses.
僕、目は悪くないよ。いいからかけなさい。度は入ってないから。
I do as she says and put them on. And the moment I do... Whoa, that's crazy.
ああ、すごい、すごいよ先生。落書きがちっとも見えない。当たり前よ。わざわざ姉貴のところの魔眼殺しを奪ってまで作った青崎青子渾身の一品なんだから。
Alright.
粗末に扱ったらただじゃおかないからね。
So yeah, confirmed. I guess they're from Tolko, yeah. And also she mentions the term mystic eye here as well. Interesting. Yep. Yoink. Thanks for the glasses.
大事にする。けど先生ってすごいね。あれだけ嫌だった線がみんな消えちゃって、なんだか魔法みたいだこれ。それも当然。だって私魔法使いだもん。
Mahotsukai no yoru ain't no way. Pseudo title drop kinda. A smug grin stretches across her face as she drops the trunk to the ground.
でもね、シキ、その線は消えたわけじゃないわ。ただ見えなくしているだけ。
True.
そのメガネを外せば線はまた見えてしまう。 見
Oh,
え
they
ない
put them on
だ
the
け
sprite too. Nice. Big glasses.
ええ、そればっかりはもう直しようがないことよ。君はその目となんとか折り合いをつけて生きていくしかないの。
やだ、こんな怖い目いらない。またあの線を切っちゃったら先生との約束が守れなくなる。
ああ、もう二度と線を切らないっていうあれか。
You should probably reduce the amount of questions, Spicy, because a lot of them probably would have spoiler answers anyway. It's fun not knowing, man. You should try that.
あんな約束気軽に破っていいわよ。
そうなの？だってすごくいけないことだって言ったじゃないか。
Looks like Hans. A little bit, yeah.
ええ、いけないことよ。けどその目は誰にも頼らない君個人の力なんだもの。
Hmm.
だからそれを使おうとするのは君の自由。その目があることについて君以外の他の誰も君を責めることはできない。問われることがあるとしたら、あなたがその力で何をしたかということだけよ、チキ。
僕が何をするか。
Also, from what I remember, even though we have two Shikis, the names are spelled differently anyway, right? Like they use different kanji, they just read the same way. She stares into my eyes as if trying to peer inside. Head
そ
pat.
ういうこと。うん、やっぱりいい目だ。正直言うとね、初めて君と会った時、めんどくさいのにぶつかっちゃったなーって思ったんだ。だって君、見た感じいろいろなくしてきたみたいだから。でも、問題なんてなかった。君はちゃんと生きている。なら、人生かけて取り返していきなさい。
She's like, I know a protagonist when I see one. XD. Even with a whole lifetime, I could never find the words to describe the light that I felt in my chest or the rush of joy that came with it. You belong here. She reaffirmed my reason for being more forcefully than anyone.
四季、
Third skill,
君は個人が保
true.
有する能力の中でも
Actually,
ひ
lore
どく得
accurate.
意な能力を持ってしまった。けど、それが君にあるということは、何かしらの意味があるということなの。神様は何の意味もなく力を分けない。
Yep.
君の未来には
Alright,
必要
there
に
it
なる
is.
時があるか
Yeah,
ら。
I was pretty sure it was gonna be that, but yeah,
it-
it's the same. The mystic eyes
そ
of
れは
death
残酷な
perception,
ことだろ
yeah.
うけど。
There it is.
だからこそ忘れないで。君はとてもまっすぐ
So
な
it's funny that she's like, oh, it's the power that you only have, but then we do have another character that has it too. But hey, he can think that though.
今の君がある限り、その目は決して間違った結果は生まないでしょう。
I mean, yeah, maybe not every mystic guy is still like one-to-one identical, right? Of course, but, you know, still.
成人になれ。
Oh wait, were they?
なんてことは言わない。
Was Kei and Kin a different universe?
君は君が正しいと
Maybe
思
it
う
is
大
true
人に
then,
なればいい。
actually, even if there are some differences. I'm not sure how that goes.
いけないということを素直に受け止められて、ごめんなさいと言える君なら、10年後にはきっと素敵な男の子になってるわ。
Well. Flashbang. She stands and reaches out for the trunk.
でも、よっぽどのことがない限り、メガネは外しちゃダメだからね。特別な力は、特別な力を呼ぶものだし。
There's one death perception per universe. Interesting. I never knew that.
はい。私からの忠告、その2。反則の出しどころ、勝負どころをよく考える。そうならないことを祈っているけど、どうしても自分の手には負えないと判断した時だけ、メガネを外して、よく考えて力を行使なさい。 その力自体は決して悪いものじゃない。結果をいいものにするか悪いものにするかはあくまで君の判断次第なんだ。
What if he wants to become a villain? She picks up the trunk, and without her even saying a word, I know. It's time for us to say our goodbyes. I mean, they could be different versions of the same character, Hazard. Like, they could still have the same characters in multiple universes, but not be still connected.
無理だよ先生。
I mean, it's happening in
僕だ
Fate
けじゃ
stuff
いい
too.
ことになんてできない。
Like, Strange Fake is not connected to Stay Night universe, right? But we have stuff like Waver, etc. So, again, there's another example. They're the same character, but it's a different universe. Same with Apocrypha, etc.
本当は先生に会うまで怖くてたまらなかった。けど先生がいてくれたから僕は僕に戻れたんだ。
Maya exists in all Nazarverse series, you think? I mean, I'm not sure if it is the case, but it would kind of maybe make sense because it's kind of a base thing to establish shit.
ダメなんだ。先生がいなくちゃこんなメガネがあったってダメに決まってるじゃないか。
四季、心にもないことは言わないこと。自分自身も騙せないような嘘は聞いている方を不快にさせるわ。
Master's displeasure is rapidly apparent in her expression. She then flicks my forehead. Ah, the classic.
自分でも分かっているんでしょ。もう大丈夫だって。ならそんなつまらないことを言ってせっかく掴んだ自分を捨ててはいけないわ。
And we're back to this shot.
それじゃあお別れね。バイ、四季。どんな人間だって人生ってのは落とし穴だらけなのよ。君はそれを何とか
I
でき
wonder
る
what
力
all
があ
other
るんだから。
tools and nice stuff she has in her trunk. Must be a lot of interesting stuff in there. She's really leaving. I'm sad, but as her friend, I want to see her off right.
さよなら先生。
Stolen, by the way. Classic.
よし、上出来上出来。その息でいつまでも元気でね。最後の教訓。ピンチの時はまず落ち着いて、その後によく
I
考
can
え
already see the
ること。
flashback in the future calling back to this moment. It's one of those things that they're gonna be like, remember, Shiki. Remember what I told you.
大丈夫。君なら一人でもちゃんとやっていけるから。
She smiles fondly. Flanking moment, true, the classic. A gust of wind sweeps through, sending a ripple across the sea of grass. She's gone.
バイバイ先生。
As I say the words, the realization that I'll never see her again sinks in. Left with me are a treasure trove of advice and a strange pair of glasses. What about a fake pair of glasses? Okay. Dude, my jokes they're bad, but they're fun. In just 7 days, I feel like I've learned the most important things of all. As I stand there aimlessly, tears start welling up. I'm such an idiot. All I said was goodbye. Not once did I say thank you. I'm discharged from the hospital soon after. I won't be going back to the Tono household. Instead, I'm to be taken in by another family. My body has recovered, but there are still lasting symptoms. To the Tonos, this means I'm defective. I'm no longer needed. Well, that's brutal, bro. But I don't care. Tonoshiki is going to be fine on his own. A new life and a new family are waiting for me. I leave behind the hospital room where I spent my 10th summer. The curtains by my window sway in the breeze, just like always. I take in one last glimpse of the blue sky. As I do, a dry breeze washes over me, spilling the end of summer. Definitely not the most timely time for me to play this game when it's like the start of a new year. Alright, that was cool. So I forgot if I read the original longer than this. Day 1! Homecoming 1! Wow. Settling in. Probably a time skip would make sense. Because we have to be high school age, of course, right? 1 hour for the prologue. If anything, that's kind of short. And I assume honestly this is still a part of the prologue anyway. It's just a multi-part prologue. Alright, we're a bit more metropolitan here now. We have a train car. The tracks take a sudden dive, leaving the surface behind. What's the menu like in this game anyway? Let me see. There's a log. That's how you hide the text. Aha! Let's do a save already. I mean, I'm obviously gonna keep going still, but let's just do this. Save. Look at that. Ah, there is a flowchart. Huh? I'm not gonna look at it yet though, but... Wait, system settings. There is a sound thingy. Let's see, actually. Oh, you can actually adjust stuff. That's interesting. But I can't help but notice there's no voice slider. In fact, the characters seem to have individual ones. But the thing is, I don't want to go down there because it's going to show a bunch of characters, right? That I don't want to see yet. So that's kind of bad in my opinion. But hopefully the voices are kind of fine on volume anyway, right? So it doesn't matter too much. Like, they're all grayed out. Oh. But that means I would still have to adjust them all individually, right? They should still just have like a generic slider. If they want to have individual sliders too, go for it. But there should at least be a generic slider for voices. That's like a base thing for a VN, so I'm surprised they don't have that. Anyway, so far as I understand, the volume is pretty okay, so I don't have to change anything anyway, right? 20-year game. It's not though. This is a remake, so they definitely changed some things. So that's not an excuse, but it's okay. We'll make do. Casting an artificial light across the tunnel walls, the train makes its way through the darkness. The car creaks around me. Man-made lights pass by at regular intervals. The vibration through the seat lulls me into reflection on this short little journey. Yeah, I did need a few more billion from FGO to add a universal volume slider. Backgrounds look good though, I have to say. Look at that. That's a clean train. It's early. 6:33 a.m. 30 minutes have come and gone since I got on this train. That's how long it's been since I said goodbye to the people who took care of me all this time. How I react to this probably says a lot about me as a person. I'm sure some people might feel sad and wish they could have stayed longer. Others would accept it without a second thought. I wonder which side I fall on. I realize after a moment that I don't really feel either. I'm the only one sitting on the eight-seater bench. The seats in front of me are empty. There are only a couple of other people on the train, including a sleeping man in a suit on the bench next to mine, and a woman standing in front of the door. It may be early, but it feels particularly empty today. Must be a gas leak, am I right, fellow Nasu gamers? The noise from the outside is strangely muted, but maybe I'm just lost in thought. The train vaguely reminds me of a spaceship traveling through the darkness of outer space. Hey Varysy, how you doing? No sound can reach it out here. The only things here are my stupid daydreams, the sound of my heart beating, and my memories from an hour ago. What happened then? It came like a bolt from the blue. Tono Makihisa has died. Oh, someone from this family. Tonoshiki is to return to the Tono household immediately. The first contact I'd had from my family in 7 years, and that's how it goes. I guess they kind of, yeah, based on the comment at the end of the thing, like he was the defective, I assume it's kind of like they semi-disowned him. But now for something as big as this, like a funeral, I assume they're like, hey, you have to come back for this at least. Okay. The Tono's family's word is final. I'm still a student and they pay for all my expenses. Oh, maybe not this zone then, because if they still do his bills and whatnot. Just kind of distant or something. VN loves the number 7. Yeah, I've already seen 7 multiple times in this one sesh. 7! But choosing to return to the mansion today instead of yesterday was my one act of defiance. I just wanted to stay a little longer at the home where I'd spent so much of my life. It was all I could do for the family that took me in and treated me like their own. So is he an orphan or like adopted? Thank you for breakfast. It was delicious. I finish my meal and leave the table before the sun even rises. After taking one final glance at my room, I clap my hands together in thanks. It's not much for all the time I've stayed here, but I don't want to leave anything unsaid. I led a happy life here. That's what I want to carry away with me. Keiko saw me off alone as I left the Arima household. I asked to leave quietly, without waking the others. Did I ever play Melty Blood story mode? No, I've never played Melty Blood, no. I assume it has a bunch more like Tsukihime story stuff and whatnot, but that's something for a different time. Thank you for everything. Give my regards to Dad and Miyako for me. 7 years. The woman who had acted as my mother in that time looked terribly sad. I never once thought I'd see her like this. Life may be hard at the Tono mansion, but you'll be okay, understand? Don't overdo it. Make sure to look after your health first and foremost. I take her words of encouragement to heart. My time spent with them was peaceful. I just hope I didn't cause the Arimas too much trouble during my time with them. The story mode for OG is fire. Interesting. I never expected like a fighting game story to be actually good. Because I've played through a bunch of like Tekken games, and the story on those is always ass. It's fun, but it's pretty ass. But I still like it, because it's charming. It's been 7 years. I've had plenty of time to recover. I'm a lot sturdier than I look, you know. Yes, you're right. The Tonos are quite the unusual family, but you're not one to let that bother you. You've always been a strong boy. Oh, Nasu still wrote it? Oh, I had no idea. She smiles through her sadness and I smile back. I'm happy that she still considers me to be her child. I think you're giving me a little too much credit. Well, I should get going. Take care, Mom. Goodbye, Shiki. Take care. Keiko knows that I won't be coming back. She sends me off with tears in the corners of her eyes. Sounds like a nice foster family, though. That was just 40 minutes ago. That moment marked the end of my previous life, and the start to my new one. Okay. Whoa! The view outside shifts slowly. We must have crossed the river that separates the suburban Yashirogi and arrived in the city of Soya. The train begins its return climb to the surface. I can feel the gentle incline. Bright light shines through, piercing my eyes which had grown accustomed to the artificial dimness of the subway. Flashbang after flashbang. Piano! Ooh, the city. So this must be where the story actually takes properly place. Soya, huh? I think that was the name. Not Fuyuki, of course. Or anything else, but Soya. What was the city called in Mahoyoru again? I already forgot. I should know. That was another different one too. Shit. Misaki. That's the one. Yes. Bunch of different locales. Yes. The train sweeps toward the city. The majority of its inhabitants are still asleep. It's just Tokyo. I mean, it looks like Tokyo, so it would make sense. Outside the air is chilly. A fall morning in the month of October. The heat of summer is little more than a faint memory now. Like, what was Fuyuki based on? Was it Kobe? Which city was Fuyuki based on? I want to say it's Kobe, but I remember. I've watched the same view nearly every day for a year and a half now. But this is the last time I'll be taking this train to school. Memories of the past 7 years rush by like the scenery outside the window. I survived a terrible injury that would have killed most 10-year-olds. I met the woman that would become my master, my mentor in life. I went to live with the Arima family, and now I'm halfway through my 2nd year. The thing Master feared might happen when we parted never came to pass. And as long as I have these glasses on, I don't have to worry about seeing those lines again. It is Kobe? Okay. Because it has the bridge that's basically the same thing, right? And so Tonoshiki has led an ordinary, though at times difficult, life. That all changes today. There's nothing major like feeling I don't belong or anything like that. I just don't feel right going back to the way things were before. Having lived a normal life these past few years, the Tono family's way of doing things just seems like a pain, or at least more trouble than what it's worth.
だいたい
Oh.
学校より広い洋館とか想像つかないんですけど
Well, there we go. I assume this will be the voice we'll be hearing him most talking. That previous thing was just him as a 10-year-old. Hello, Tonoshiki. There's the voice. Okay. I'm surprised I was able to handle it when I was a child. The thought of going back to that old-fashioned way of life is daunting to say the least. Yeah, the Shiro house actually exists, yeah. Martland, how you doing, man? The train stops at a large station for a few minutes. The local line I'm taking has to wait for the express to pass. The platform is empty. Usually I would expect to see morning commuters in suits on their way to work, but it's particularly quiet today. The express passes by on the neighboring rails. You've been there? The Shiro house? Yo, that's cool as hell, man. Hope you took a lot of photos. I assume you're not allowed inside the house though, right? Maybe not even in the yard, but just seeing it from like next to it would be so cool. Very cool. Thank you for your patience. The next stop is an announcement I've heard hundreds of times. Place. The door closes with a hiss of air. I see that there are 4 stations left to Soya Station, the station where my school... Interesting. Whoa, hello, familiar looking character. Well, I mean, I definitely know that this is CL. There you go. I want to say maybe I didn't read, maybe I already had stopped reading the original at this point because I don't remember her. Yeah, so I probably stopped after that Aoko stuff. So again, I barely read anything when I tried the original many years ago. But there you go. Wow, the glasses though, I love it.
危うく首が飛ぶところでした
Oh, this is different? Oh, then I still have no idea, I guess. A girl wearing my school's uniform slips through the automatic doors as they close. Her ribbon is green, so she must be a 3rd year. I feel like I've seen her before. Oh, so the color of the ribbon tells what year of high school they're in. Interesting. So green is 3rd year. What are the other 2? The bag she's holding in her hands must contain things for her club activities. Our eyes meet for a moment. The girl continues to stare at me. Just when I notice that she's walked closer.
おはようございます朝からお騒がせしてごめんなさい
Well, there it is, the actual sprite, not a CG. Let's see that. Look at that. I know people are gonna kill me when I say it, but yeah, it's the similar to Mashu. Sorry, I know she came way before Mashu. I know. It's heresy to say, but it's just like you gotta see my POV. But I still like it though. Like I like it. It's even though they look very similar, I like both. They're good designs. The short hair, the glasses, it works. I like it.
あ、いえ、こっちこそすいません。ジロジロ見ちゃって。
The way she smiles has me apologizing almost by reflex.
いえいえ、目立つようなことをした私に非があるんです。先輩として恥ずかしいところを見せてしまいました。
Even her voice is similar to Mashu. I'm pretty sure it's not the Dieri. I actually don't know who it is. I forgot, because I've heard this in FGO as well. But yeah, even it is a similar voice than what Mashu has. Also, wow, that is a cute sprite. Nice. Hondo Kaede. What else does she do? Because the name isn't super fan, but I've probably heard her in something else anyway. Elena. I haven't watched Elena.
でも朝は弱いって話。
They took away the massive hair
本
vents.
当なんですね。
Oh, did she used to be like Aoko? Because Aoko still had her vents always. They kept those with the VN as well. And of course FGO. The girl laughs lightly. I'm distracted by her laughter and... Oh.
ほら、私ですよ。先週会ったばっかり
Hers
な
were
のに。
bigger. That's kind of
もう
crazy
忘れ
because
ちゃ
I
ったん
think
ですか？
Aoko already has big vents. Damn, look at that. Nice. Cute. Oh,
あれシエル先輩。
there you go. There's the name drop. One of the characters I of course know, like I said. Would be hard to not know her. I mean, I don't know everything about her, of course, but you know, the name obviously is the thing I know. Oh, the new track though playing. Hello? Listen to this vibe. This is very cozy. Wow. In an instant, my memory is jolted awake. I knew she felt familiar. I've crossed paths with her a number of times. And now that I think about it, there's probably not a person in the whole school who doesn't know CL. Also, it's funny because unlike Mashu, she's the senpai, right? Because he's second year and she's third year. So instead of we don't have a Koha anymore, now we have a senpai. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because supposedly the Higurashi character was modeled after her, right? We talked about that when I last read Tsukihime as well, I believe. We are the Kohai, yeah, dude. Or Shiki is, rather. Alright, introductory part. Soya High's most revered third year. Happy to offer advice to any distraught first year. Oh, they're just flexing all the different poses and whatnot. Eager to solve the woes of any troubled second year. And quick to save under or Kohai from the ire of the third years. Some students call her the true student council president, considering most people rely on her over the teachers or our actual student council. So did she not run for school council press, I guess? She even helped me with something just last week. Man, how out of it am I? CL is right about how I hate mornings, but thinking about returning home for the first time in 7 years must be killing my brain cells. Oh, is this a choice now? Oh, first choice. This is what it looks like. Oh, shoot, look at that. I mean, again, you said I don't have to save, but I have to. I love saving. I will save on every choice. You cannot stop me. Ha 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 ha. Alright, there we go. First choice saved. Honestly, since apparently, you know, you might need a guide at some point, instead of, I normally, when I play VNs, when I just want to 100% them anyway, I always click top, then second, last, etc. I always do them in order, but I feel like now, just to have more fun with it, I should just pick whatever I want. Like, not always just go with number one. Like, just pick whatever I want. And then, obviously, we will probably have to backtrack at some point, because, you know, it would be crazy if I didn't. So, yeah. But I'm just gonna, let's see. So, I can't think of a single thing to say. Think of something to ask. Take the opportunity to admire what's in front of me. Wow. Is that what I think it means? Fuck it, let's do it. She looks nice. Fuck it, dude. I can't help but be intrigued. My eyes drop from the bag on her shoulder down to her legs. Oh wow, the legs though. Wow. Fad service. I mean, those legs. They're nothing short of amazing. Absolute perfection. So wait, my guy's a bit of a gooner. I thought he would be like that oblivious type maybe, or that, you know, kind of giga chat that's like, I don't care for lewds. But man, my guy's Myron. He's got Myron though. I mean, good for you, son. Go for it, king. That was my choice. Yeah, but it was a choice, meaning it's something that he could come up with. So yes, I chose, but at the same time, again, they all have to fit the character, right? Also, wow. We got some knee highs. Ooh, I love it. Coursing with the quiet energy of flowing water, they feel ready to surge into motion at any moment. I like the really slow panning shot they did with it as well. I try to pull my eyes away, but I'm utterly transfixed. They're truly a work of art. Look at the blush. There's a screenshot for you. Cute. Never before have I seen strength and beauty in such perfect harmony. Although they're pleasantly defined, they're a sprinter's legs at heart. Ooh. Rumor has it that CL set a new school record outside of the track team. Anyway, during the fitness test the other day, these legs ran 100 meters in 13 seconds. They're more valuable than diamonds. That's really impressive. I watched Hyaku Emma recently, so I have an idea of, you know, those numbers as well, but man, not bad. Again, and she's a girl too, keep that in mind. Wow.
すみません。今真剣な話をしているところなので。
はあ、真剣ですか。
Very important. Wow, even more shots. This is so shameless, dude. Oh my god, this is crazy how much they show. But it's not like I'm her trainer or a rival on the track, as much as I wish I were. Even if I were to unveil all the secrets of her speed, it wouldn't do me any good.
あ、いえ、でもですね、何が真剣なのかさっぱり話が見えないというか。
Another new sprite? Jesus, how many poses did they do to her sprite?
そりゃそうです。俺だって意味がわかりません。
Is it Uma reference? Yeah, it's not gooning, it's just admiring good legs, because we're gonna be, you know, training her to be the next big Uma. Surprised I'm not seeing any screenshots. I would never. What is this heinous accusation? I have no idea what you're talking about. How does one express how it feels to be captivated by such beauty? Some claim that true beauty cannot be expressed in words. But is it not defeatist to suggest that something beautiful cannot be called what it is? Will the day ever come when humanity transcends its myriad biases and prejudices to put the words, the true nature of... Oh. Get bonked. Maybe a forehead flick.
トーノく大丈夫ですか？今頭に何か当たりましたけど。
He got horny bonked by God or something?
はい。寸出のところで助かりました。
Ignoring my throbbing head, I pick up the object that has fallen onto the seat. I bet his head is not the only thing throbbing. Heyo! Okay, that was a bad joke. It's a shiny metallic object that fits perfectly in the palm of my hand. That is to say, it's a phone. Yo, he can play FGO, let's go. Although probably not at this time because this is probably like 99 or something. All they had was Snake.
すみません。
Hey, yo.
こちらに何か飛んできませんでしたか？
Well, this is someone I don't recognize. Huh. Interesting. Twin tails, huh?
これかな。ちょっとすごい角度で飛んできたけど。振り回して遊ぶアプリでも。
She's got gray eyes.
バカじゃないですか。ありがとうございます。
Okay. Rin Jr. over here. The girl coolly retrieves her phone and moves to the other end of the car. Okay. CL and I stare at each other, speechless. For better or for worse, I've come back to my senses. I cough to try and reset the conversation.
すみません。 ちょっとぼーっとしてました。それよりどうしたんですか？先輩、部活やってませんよね。こんなじ。
いえ、何を隠そう、ボランティア活動の帰りなんです。ほら、生徒会公募で公園のゴミ拾いがあったでしょ。あれをちゃちゃっと先ほどまで。
She really is a model student, huh? Ah, now it all makes sense. She's always running around helping out somebody or another, looking lovely in those glasses all the while. Dude, my guy understands. What a base guy. Glasses are amazing. Hell yeah, dude. My man.
早朝から30分だけの奉仕活動だったんですけどね。他の皆さんは一旦帰宅したんですが、私は面倒なのでこのまま登校してしまおうかと。
Her back clatters as she shifts it on her shoulder. I had assumed it was full of club equipment, but it must be cleaning stuff.
おや、
Yo, jet lag, no spoilers, bad. Why you gotta ruin this
先輩の持
surprise?
ち物をチェックするなんて。
I know you want me to get more excited, but I don't need to get more excited. I'm already excited about this game. Let it happen, bro. Is it? I mean, now I know there's something like that to look forward to. So just, again, you don't have to just mention anything. It's fine, dude. It's fine. Just don't mention anything in the future. Okay, I'm about to find out everything in due time, you know. Okay. She draws closer and looks into my eyes. Her face is so close to mine that I can feel the warmth of her body. Flustered, I can't figure out where to look.
いえ、そういうわけじゃなくてですね。もし折りたたみ式のほうきとか熊手とかなら珍しいなと。
ほうほう、私の万能高枝切りばさみ
Head
も見たい
shears?
と。よろしい、それでしたら放課後いつもの茶道部に来てください。あなたなら。
They seem like good friends. Faced with such a heartfelt smile, I end up blushing. I'd like to say something clever or witty, but a simple yes is all I can manage. I don't even know which room the tea ceremony club meets in, but I'll figure that out later.
約束ですよ。ここだけの話、部費で購入したお茶受けが余ってしまいまして、日持ちするものではないので、元気な男の子の協力が不可欠なんです。
Hell yeah.
そうですか。じゃあ予定が合えばぜひ。でも食べ物に釣られていくなんてなんか猫みたいですね。
CL's warm smile makes me feel comfortable enough to crack a joke. She adjusts the green ribbon around her neck.
どちらかというとワンちゃんではないでしょうか。
Damn, look at that wink though. Who doesn't like a good wink? Chat. Quick interlude. Bro. It's my left hand, okay? It's my left hand. I could always nail that with my right. Okay, whatever.
というか、
I just emptied that bag today, actually. It was fully empty
最後
too.
まで頼りになるのはリッ
I
チ
went
に
to
は
recycle.
頭のいい犬科です。
She doesn't like cats. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I love dogs as well, so there's points. But I like both dogs and cats. Who doesn't like cats? Alright, fair enough. That's kinda makes me annoyed, but okay. For reasons I don't quite understand, she seems to feel strongly about this. As we're both heading to the same place, we continue to chat. We talk about last week's midterms. We wonder why the sports festival has been reduced to a one-day event. We complain about the cafeteria always serving the same things. After getting into a heated discussion about the plan to restrict phones at school, we tire each other out, sigh in unison, and change the subject. We laugh as we trade opinions on the movies we've seen recently. Any Pulp Fiction? It's the 90s. 15 minutes go by in a flash. It's easy talking with her. She is, after all, incredibly popular among everyone. I don't want this to end, but we only have a few minutes left before we get to Soya Station. I try to bring up something else to talk about. But
ちょっとうるさいんですけど。
Man, she's really in a pissy mood, huh? Who pissed in her cereal? Okay. We've forgotten where we are. CL and I bow our heads in apology.
怒られちゃいましたね。
I mean, it's a public transport. Unless you're shouting, you should be allowed to talk. Just use headphones or something if you don't want to hear others. Come on.
ごめんなさい。私の笑い声が大きかったんです。
God damn, it just sounds so much like Rieri. Again, I know it's not Rieri, especially because now I know who the VA is, but she really sounds so much like Maju as well. It's such a similar VA tone as well. God damn. With that, our conversation comes to a halt. The friendly cheer that filled the air just moments ago has vanished. It's quickly replaced by that familiar city silence, that cold space in which everyone is a stranger. Is this their stop? Ooh, we get off. Wow, this looks quite nice. The train pulls into Soya Station. It's just before 7 a.m. I left for school a bit early today, so the town hasn't quite woken up yet. It's quiet right now, but in about an hour, it'll be bustling with traffic and commuters.
今朝も交通量が少なめですね。最近街の目覚めが遅い気がします。皆さん夜更かしなんでしょうかね。
Is it a real station? I mean, definitely looks like it, yeah. Some Tokyo one, right? In fact, this is not Shinjuku Station, is it? Probably not, I'm not sure. As Seal shares this odd observation, I notice how heavy her bag looks.
荷物学校まで持って行きましょうか。
ああ、いえいえ、お気になさらず。私は寄っていくところがありますので、ここでお別れですね。
Shinagawa? Okay. She smiles a goodbye and waves as she runs off. Her... how do you pronounce that? Is it lithe? Lithe? It's probably lithe. Her lithe legs carry her so swiftly I almost expect a comical whoosh. I feel an urge to start running too, though there's no reason for me to hurry. I probably shouldn't be running anyway, considering my condition. I start walking toward my school at my usual pace. But just as I set off, is there going to be another new character? No, it's her again. She trailing him or something? The girl from before emerges from the ticket gates. She passes by briskly, slowing only to share a few choice words.
動物的にも程があります。
Means slim, supple, and beautiful. Yeah, but how do you pronounce it? That's what I was wondering.
公共の場で恥ずかしいと思わないんですか？
Damn. It wasn't that big of a deal. Wow, she really took it personally. And with that, she stalks away. Lathe? That's how you pronounce it? Lathe? Sure. Not lithe? I thought it was lithe. I make my way to school, my steps heavier than usual. Damn, these backgrounds look great, man. Also a new track, I believe, again. It is lithe? Okay. It's just about 7 when the main entrance to the school comes into view. Students hurry through the gate to go to their club activities. They must be trying to make the most of their time before homeroom starts at 8. Damn, it's such a Japanese school again. Soya Municipal High School. The classic Japanese high school look with the big gate and everything. I love how standardized their buildings are as well, because all the schools have like the same layout. It's cool. It was fun because, again, when I stayed in Japan as well, I lived in a campus that was a combination of a high school and a college, and the buildings were, there was a lot of buildings like this around the campus too. So it was just cool, like, it's like all the stuff you see in anime and whatnot, and then you get to walk around them yourself. It's like, yeah, I know how this layout works, because I've played visual novels, I've played games, I've seen anime, manga, you know? I know how this shit works. The bell, yeah, the bell is iconic, of course. An old school celebrating 40 years since its founding. Wow, it's got some history. Our college admission rate isn't bad, our clubs do fine, and the rules aren't particularly strict. It's as normal a school as you can find. I like how it's like, instead of doing the line like, oh, he's a high schooler you can find anywhere, it's like, oh, it's a school you can find anywhere. It's such a tropey thing, but I mean, you know, you gotta make it sound more relatable, more normalized. And for the most part, it probably is super normal, actually. So, only probably just some exceptions apply because of this story. The only complaint male students have is that their uniforms are too old-fashioned, but the school doesn't pay much attention to it. As for the girls, their uniforms were changed 3 years ago. Apparently the school was worried that keeping the older sailor uniforms would lead to a drop in enrollment. So now they have their, like, jacket and skirt. Something feels out of place on my usual walk to school. Whoa. Is this a new track as well? Might be, yeah. Maybe. Unless this was also in the hospital or something. Things feel busier than usual. Pale-faced teachers rush to the faculty room. What's happened? A black car I've never seen before is parked in the parking lot. There's a chill in the air. Images flash through my mind. A sparsely attended funeral. The cold black of a hearse. Oh, did someone die? I sighed my own dark thoughts. Trying to shake off the uneasy feeling growing inside me, I head for the classroom. Good old Japanese classrooms. There's no one else here yet. I sit in my chair and kill time until homeroom begins. More people begin to fill the room as I get in some studying.
おはよう。本日の朝練無事終了のお知らせ。
There you go.
あれ？一番乗りは私らじゃないんだ。どうの早くない？
Looks like Shiro's classroom. I mean, most Japanese high school classrooms look like exactly like this, so not too surprising. Again, they're very standardized.
ああ、あれか、ボランティア。でも今日だったっけ？やっば、俺サボったかも。
The students of 2C get along well compared to the other classes. We're pretty casual with each other before taking our seats. I catch up with the classmates who have just ended their club activities. We go through your typical laundry list of things, from last night's ancient news to stuff that happened just minutes ago at school. We're just talking to pass the time, but this is an important morning ritual of ours. A warm-up exercise to start off the day. We'd only tire ourselves out if we tried to have a real conversations about everything, especially in this age of information. The mood in the classroom changes suddenly. Is the teacher in? Lively chatter dies down to a whisper.
なら道塞いでんじゃねえよザコども。朝っぱらから群がりやがって通行の邪魔だろうが。
Wait, this voice is so familiar. To hear this more? Crude remarks you wouldn't expect to hear among this otherwise harmonious bunch cut through the tranquility. I don't even need to turn around to know who it is. Only one person could do this to a room.
Cheese! Good morning, Megane-kun!
It's got piercings, huh?
今朝も新規臭い顔しやがってまったくクソみたいな野郎ですね
Also, yeah, the hair color at least is the same as Shiro. It's funny. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I have read to this part. I think I read and I stopped somewhere in the school part because I think I remember seeing this guy. Yeah, so this probably wasn't the original too, even if that CL thing maybe wasn't. I think I kind of remember this. So I probably stopped somewhere around this part, in this school part. Huh. Anyway, his voice is so familiar, but I can't place it yet. Yup, only him, a delinquent with little respect for the sanctity of our school.
おい、挨拶どうした？人が珍しく朝から来てやってんのに、おはようの言葉もなしですか？むしろ朝からいてくれてありがとうぐらいの気持ちはないのですか？
I can't voice him. Who is he, chat? Who's the voice actor? I give up. I've definitely heard him in like anime and games and whatnot, but I can't voice it.
ないよ。朝から恋顔見てげんなりしてるだけ。
Also, I'm having trouble voicing Tono as well. He sounds a bit familiar too.
そもそもありがとうとかないし、お前のために学校に来てるわけじゃないし。
何？バカ言うなよ。俺は遠野のために学校に来てるんだぞ。そんなの不公平じゃんか。
You mean Furukawa Makoto? Spicy? Is that him? Maybe it is actually. I'm at a loss for words. Sometimes I wonder why we're even friends. Introduction time. They did the same thing with CL earlier. He has a dyed head of orange hair and piercings in his ears. Sporting a perpetual scowl that practically begging for a fight, he seems to follow the delinquent dress code to a T. It is Furukawa Makoto? Okay, that's why it was found then, yeah? So in FGO, that's Achilles, right? I believe. Okay. Though his brand of counterculture may be a little out of style, he still looks good. He still looks the part of a good punk. His name? Inui Arihiko. There you go. There's the name. Okay.
まあいいか。朝から教室に来るのはいいことだ。おはよう、アリヒコ。ついに出席日数を気にしだしたか？
I can't voice Tono either.
いや、そこは別に気にしてない。まだまだ余裕はありますよ。今日は家に姉貴がいるんで。
Maybe unlike what's his face? Tono doesn't even sound familiar to me that much. So maybe it's someone who's not really super prolific, yeah? Like who is it? You can just tell me at this point because I have no idea. Kanemoto Ryosuke. What has he voiced? Anything I might know besides Tono?
つうか朝まで鉄マンしてたんで、いい加減体力の限界だ。
そうか、すまない。挨拶をやり直させてくれ。
Well, besides, okay, I knew someone was gonna give that example, but again, that doesn't help. Something that I've maybe heard a bit more, because that guy only has like a few lines that are voiced or something.
おやすみ、くずひこ。
Is there nothing that's actually known? Some 7 at least? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember who that guy is. I watched like the first season or two. I guess he's not that well known then. Interesting. Also, wow, he called him trash. Ouch. Oof. So this is an interesting contrast. I just realized, like, if you take Shiro and Tono, Shiro is like good friends with like Issei, right? And Issei is like he's a monk trainee, and he's like student council member, like a good student. And then we seem to have Tono with this guy who's like a delinquent. Meanwhile, it's definitely a contrast. Although in Mahoyoro we also have Sojuro and fuck, what's that dude called? The kind of the gooner guy. I mean, he's not a bad person though. I mean, I'm sure this guy's not a bad person either. He doesn't seem that bad, but he's like somewhere in between maybe. Yeah, Tobimaru in Mahoyoro, yeah. Wait, no, not Tobimaru. There's Tobimaru was he was like a classy guy. Who was the other one? Shit, my memory with names is so bad. The kind of the idiot guy. Tobimaro was kind of smart and, you know, a pretty good student.
なんで俺とお前がライバルなんだ。
Kinomi. Yeah, that's the guy. It's the same guy who worked part-time with Sojiro in that restaurant as well. That guy. Yeah, Kinomi, yeah. So maybe a bit more similar to that guy.
無軌道に行きたいんなら街で同行の死を見つけてろよ。あんまり構わないでくれ。
He still does owe me a bunch of money I lent him back in middle school, which makes him more of a moocher than a rival. Classic.
どうしてかな。遠野ってば俺にだけ冷たいよな。他の奴らには聖人君子みたいなやつなのに不公平じゃね？
Pay up, bro.
なんだ、分かってるじゃないか。世の中公平なことってあんまりないだろ。
そりゃそうだけどよ。やっぱお前俺には特に冷たくね。
I mean, maybe it's deserved. You never know, you know? Arihiko lets out an exaggerated sigh. I don't mean to treat him in any certain way. Everything just naturally ended up this way after years of, I guess, unfiltered treatment. We may have completely different interests and tastes, but we seem to operate on a similar wavelength. Yeah, they're probably both gooners. That's the similarity.
まあ、家から逃げてきたはいいとして。普段から夜型のお前が朝から出席するなんて、どんな風の吹き回しだ。ちょっと、いや、かなり普通じゃないぞ。
まあな、俺だってそう思う。たまたま目が覚めたからって来るもんじゃねえよな、学校ってやつは。ぶっちゃけもう帰りてえ。ああ、やっぱ学生には勉強する人が必要なんですかね。
He's not wrong, but when he says it like that, it almost sounds like he wants an award just for making the trip to school.
そのあたりの議論は今度、暇な時に鏡に向けてやってくれ。俺が聞きたいのは、なんで街に行かないかってこと。カラオケでも漫画喫茶でも、時間潰すならそっちのがいいんじゃない？
そりゃあれだよ。最近は何かと物騒だからですよ。腹ごとこなすのもただじゃねえし、あっちには体力ある時しか顔出したくねえわけ。
物騒？
おお、遠野だって知ってんだろ、例のあれ。
Spicy stuff?
派手に出回ってる通り魔事件の話だよ。
Serial killer?
夜になると警官も巡
Hey
回してる
yo,
し
well that's pretty dark.
そっか。そんな話もあった。
Yeah, gas leaks are getting rampant. Hearing Arihiko talk about it reminds me. The goings on in Soya hadn't bothered me while I was living several stations away with the Arima family. It was all over the news, I seem to remember.
なんだっけ。すごく低俗な売り文句だったけど。
It's a funny nickname.
深夜の通り魔事件だっけ。
Classy.
連続猟奇殺人事件な。
Super freak.
被害者は大抵若い女で、2日前に発見された仏さんで。
Young women. It's Jack the
全
Ripper.
員の
Ain't
喉元に
no
バ
way.
ツの字の傷跡があるとかないとか。
X carved to their throats. Weird. My mind can't even picture something like that.
違うよ、乾くん。殺されちゃった人はみんな体
I
内の
guess they all have
血液が
different
著し
stories.
く失われているんだよ。
Oh, hello. Yumizuka pokes her head out and corrects us, likely drawn by how loud we are. Alright, hello.
ああ、そうだったそうだった。現代の吸血鬼かっていう見出しだったもんな、あれ。サンキュー、弓塚。おはようさん。
乾くんもおはよう。ついでに言うと外傷には個人差があって、傷が全くない場合と損傷の激しいタイプに分かれてるだったかな。
I want to say I don't really recognize her voice either. Neza, no, don't ruin this character to me, bro. Nah, no Neza mentions. She looks quite nice. Let's not ruin it, chat. Come on. Cursed.
詳しいんだね、弓塚さん。
そんなことないよ。
Oh, she must be the type that enjoys all the creepy and gory stories. Classic.
この町で起きている事件なんだもん。ニュースを見てれば嫌でも覚えちゃうことだと思う。
Sure.
そういうことだよ、遠野。いくら俺でもな、夜中に殺人犯が出歩いているうちは夜遊びなんざしねっての。最近は真面目に家の中で夜更かししてるわけ。
なんだ、そんな理由だったのか。まともすぎて逆に意外だ。殺人犯に怯えて家にこもるなんてお前らしくもない。
らしくないじゃねえよ。普通は殺人犯に怯えるだろう。こっちはやる気がねえのに、あっちだけやる気満々とか不意打ちにも程がある。絶対にご
Did
め
you
んだ
know her
ね。
VA?
俺はまだ人生棒に振りた
Probably.
くねえ。
ああ、そっか。そうだよな。狙われたらとことんまで付き合うしかないってことだもんな。
お前ね。
She was an
そこは逃
FGO.
げるって
I don't feel
選
like
択
that
肢は
doesn't
ね
really narrow it down too much, but you know, fair enough.
なんでとことん
I
ま
need
で
to
付き合
hear
う
her
んだ
again,
よ。
if anything.
だって逃げられないんじゃないのか、そういう場合って。
いい、遠野に振った俺がアホだった。実際の話、俺も殺人犯は気にしてねえ。ああいうのはほら、天才だろ。出会っちまう方に運がない。俺が街に出ないのはもっと現実的な理由でさ。最近北口駅前で新手のバカども
Well,
が湧いて
there's the
んだ。
usual spoiler in the chat.
顔も見たくない。
Alright, I guess she's Tanaka Minami then. Alright. Chad, you gotta calm down, okay? You gotta calm down. Before I ask for the voice actor, please don't spout the answers, because it's more fun trying to figure it out. Alright. Well, it happens sometimes. What can you do? Anyway, the north exit, located on the opposite side of the station from the business district, is downtown Soya, a bustling hub that never sleeps. Arihiko lives on the north side of the station himself. These fools must be pretty bad if he's going to such lengths to avoid them.
遠野も聞いたことねえか？度胸試しのようなもの。秘密の入り口から地下道に入って奥までつければ大金が手に入るってやつ。
それなら私も聞いたことあるけど、それってただの階
It's a
段じゃ
very
なかった？
different tone to Nita Chris though, like very different. It's way higher than the usual.
ああ、結構昔からある都市伝説だったらしい。それを儲け話っぽく仕立てて利用してる
Yeah,
バ
we
カ
are
どもが
gonna
い
be
るんだ
switching
よ。
games soon,
ど
yeah.
っから流れてきた新参者か知んねえが。
It's like, is there a
おかげで北口
checkpoint
の
that's
空気
close
の悪さ
by?
はシャレにならねえ。
That's like a good point. Otherwise, I will just have to say them, you know, and then we just continue next time. If it's not even close.
俺、基本的に痛いの嫌だし、あんだけ派手にやってればポリも動くだろうし、連中が捕まるのでしばらく自重
This
して
session
家に
went
こも
by
ってんの
so
よ。
fast. An urban legend on the north side of the station. I guess I hadn't heard of it since I didn't live nearby. End of day. Yeah, but is that like anywhere close? Like within 15 minutes would be the most I would be willing to extend this. Because again, we still have another game for today. That would take too long. Yeah, I have a feeling this looks like it's not going to end in like within 30 minutes or something. Probably, you know, more. We'll probably finish the scene. Yeah, that's what I usually do if I can't reach like a checkpoint in a visual novel thing. Though I suppose it'll be my problem too starting today.
なんだよ、反応薄いな。さてはあれか？朝から貧血でぶっ倒れたのか？
He has an anemia problem?
いや、今朝はまだ大丈夫。心
Well,
配し
like
て
in
くれる
2
のはあ
hours.
りが
Yeah,
た
that
いん
would
だ
be
けど
another
ね。
session
そう
next
四
week.
六時中貧血を起こしてたら体が持たないよ。
ああ、そりゃもっともだ。遠野が大丈夫だって言うんなら、まあ大丈夫なんだろうよ。
Ding
ほら、
dong.
授業が始まるぞ。早く席に戻って寝ろ。
はいよ。と、そうそう。今日の昼飯な、食堂でするからな。驚きの特別ゲストをお呼びしているので、楽しみ
Special
にしてやが
guest in the
れ。
cafeteria, huh? Okay. Arihiko laughs suspiciously as he saunters back to his seat.
それじゃあね、遠野くん。
Honestly, yeah, like he was saying, everyone in this class seems really nice to each other.
あ、うん。弓塚さんも付き合わせて悪かったね。
You know, how it starts to game how's it going so far? Well, this is the first session, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously not anything crazy has been happening yet because we're still at the beginning of the game, but yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to read this for a while, so it's nice to be able to finally start this. And now it's going to be a regular thing because it's a Sunday playthrough, so yeah, it's cool. We're actually going to be finishing this for sure this year. She walks back to her desk, her footsteps light as a feather. Gonna add another completed VN to the collection at some point. 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom, and our teacher still hasn't appeared. Dude, would you consider this the next scene? Maybe this is already the next scene. Feels like it, at least. There was a small, like, transition there. Like, this could be a save point right now. Probably smart, I would say. I mean, it feels like it, at least. Yeah. They had their chat, and now we're gonna do something else, I guess. In the game. Not sure. I feel like it's probably a good spot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a save. Gonna do a new save because again I want to keep the choices. There we go. Boom. And there you have it. Wow, that was so fast, dude. This went by so fast. I mean, it was like this video will be almost like 2 hours long on YouTube, a little shorter because I had an intro as well. But yeah, I think I will be uploading these to YouTube now. And again, most weeks will have one of these. Not every week necessarily, but most weeks will definitely have some. And I try to have them on every week if I can, because it is a regular playthrough now of my stream. So hey, there you go. This is the first upload. Again, very raw. I'm not going to be editing these. Maybe just the intro and the outro. So it's not going to be something for everyone. And I'm guessing these videos won't be very popular either. But I kind of want to upload these now to the main channel, because I never did that with Mahoyoru. But again, for anyone interested in Mahoyoru, you can. I'm pretty sure you can find them in my VOD channel, though. You will have to dig through it because there's no playlists or anything. But if you just search for like Mahoyoru or Witch on the Holy Night, one of the two, you can probably find them there. But this one, I think I will do formally on the main channel here. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, let me know how you thought about something like this. This is obviously very different to my usual content, where it's like mostly like edited down, faster stuff. But again, it's a because I do like the Type Moon stuff, and I want to obviously get, and this is a big Type Moon work, even if it's not like necessarily fully complete yet, because apparently there's still more coming to the remake. It's still very cool to finally get to this. So it is kind of a big occasion. And even if this series won't be super popular, I think I still want to keep uploading these, just to have these archived. But yeah, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments what you thought. No spoilers, please. That should go without saying, because again, I'm still basically clueless when it comes to this. I know some stuff, but most stuff I am very clueless on. So if possible, don't include any spoilers, because I would like to read the comments. Yeah, do subscribe not to miss out on future ones as well, because again, I will keep uploading this now, hopefully weekly. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now. Have a great rest of your day. I don't know when this comes out. I was about to say have a great rest of your weekend, but this might not come out during the weekend because the upload is going to take a while. Anyway, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye.